It's a very hard journey, very risky. And North Pole, like some of the mountains I climb, is something that I will not go back to do it again. It is just so dangerous. And finally, I got there. So this is if you like, the sweet success. So North Pole in the end taught me a very important lesson about not giving up. Right. So in life, many times you try, you put together a plan, you go and do it, but it didn't happen. What do? You just need to, analyze, come back, and then relaunch, right? So don't give up so easily. That's what I'm trying to say to everybody. Yeah, find a way. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way.
And today we have some guest. Oh, we have a guest who is better than normal. And his name is Khoo Swee Chiow. He's the first Singaporean to set foot on Mount Everest. But he's not just scaled Mount Everest, my friends. He's done so many things. His story will blow your mind. Let me just read out some of the things he actually done. All right. So this man didn't just scale Mount Everest. He is the first to actually summit each of the highest mountains in each of the seven continents of the earth. Mountaineers call this the seven summits, right? He's also been to North Pole and the South Pole, and all of it is called the Explorer's Grand Slam. It's only a very few people in the world who have done it, and we have a Singaporean who has done just that. All right, and he's also the first Southeast Asian and the fourth person in the world to complete this Grand Slam. And my friends, I am so proud to call him a friend, and today I'm so proud to have him as a guest to be able to share his experiences and tell you and share with you what it takes to get to the top. You know, um, oh, I love this man. I just now for 20 minutes I was just chatting with him before that, and we hit it off right off the park because he's a champion, and I love champions. And I didn't tell Swee Chiao, but every time I like to tell my guys, Team Resh, I like to tell them, hey, let's go to the top. Let's go to the top. I want to bring you all to the top. And this man has literally been to the very top. All right. And he's going to share with us about how you get to the very top. The pain, the struggles, the challenges you have to go through to go to the very top. All right. So hey guys, I just want to, oh man, he's an adventurer, and you're going to learn so much from him. All right. So without further ado, what I want to do is I want to invite the man, the hero, the man of the hour. I want to invite Khoo Swee Chiow himself. Swee Chiow, hey
Hi,
buddy.
Resh. Hi, everyone.
Oh
Happy to
man,
see
it's
you
so
all.
good to see you, brother. It's so good to see you. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you coming on. Guys, can all
My
of you all type in
pleasure.
hi, Swee Chiow?
Hi. What a virtual
Right.
world, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's a virtual world. It's an absolutely amazing virtual world. And oh, it's going to be amazing. Switcher, I just want to, we have friends tuning in from literally all over the world: Malaysia, Singapore, India, Sydney, all over the world. So, could you just share a little bit about yourself? Where you grew up? Tell us a little bit about where you come from, brother.
Well, I grew up in Malaysia. I was a Malaysian, and my childhood is pretty easygoing. No pressure. Play football, go swimming, whatever. So I think that's what gave me the carefree spirit as I grew up. Yeah. So then I came to Singapore and settled down here and become a Singaporean. I know my Malaysian folks will hate me for that, but that's another story. Yeah, my family, siblings still back in Singapore, back in Malaysia, so visit them pretty often. So I'm here, for quite a number of years now. I settled here. My wife's Singaporean. I have two kids. Uh, so what can I say? Yeah, Singapore has given me the opportunity to explore the world, if you like, and it's an amazing opportunity. It's once in a life opportunity that came knocking on my door, and I'm very blessed. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Switcher, this week, right? This week, I got to speak to May Schooling, right? Who is Joseph Schooling's mother. Do you know
Ah,
her?
no, no.
Okay, so I spoke extensively to May Schooling, right? So I was very intrigued in understanding the mindset of a champion. Right? I'm very very intrigued by that topic. So I asked her, right, um, you know, what makes a champion a champion? And she said this one thing. She said, Rash, the best in the world, they're born with it, right? There's something in them, right, which is like you can train certain things, but some people are born with a gift. Right? Do you believe in that?
Yes and no. The question of nature and nurture. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So do
You
you,
need the instinct. You need the instinct to push it further, or get to the top, or never say die. But you still need a lot of nurturing. Your
Mm,
skills. Fine tuning, and all that. Yeah. That is equally important. Yeah. The learning part.
absolutely. So as in that's without a doubt, right? That's without a doubt. So I want to dig deep, right? So can you tell us, right? So obviously, you are part of the world's elite in doing what you do. You're the best at what you do, right? You're the world's elite. So what were some instances when maybe you were younger, when maybe you realized that perhaps you were different?
Yeah, I think there's one thing that my sister kind of looked after me, my elder sister, when I was growing up,
Mm,
and
mm.
she hated it when I kept asking, why is this so, why is that so, why is this like this, and she got very annoyed. So of course, when I was growing up, I didn't know, but as then she told me when I was big enough to know that you are really a nuisance, asking so many questions that I cannot answer. And I think that the key word is curiosity. Yeah,
Mm.
curiosity. I'm born a very curious person. I like to know how things work and what's around the corner. So when I, went to the Nepal, yeah, and I have a few photos to show later on. Yeah, yeah, the curiosity part, very important.
Absolutely. So you were growing up. You were very very curious as a child to actually find out why certain things are certain ways. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. So, guys, see, I believe in this one thing, right? I believe in this one thing, guys. Please write this down. If you're taking notes right now, please write this down. Success leaves clues, right? Success leaves clues. And one of the traits that I actually know inherently from people who are successful in whatever profession, who are the leveled or top guys, right, is that they are inherently curious. They're curious about life. They're curious about, they ask questions. They ask intelligent questions. Why is the sky blue? Right? Like, like for real. So switch out. It's interesting that you say that because as part of Extreme Wealth Summit, one of my key speakers was this boy called Daksha, right? He started his investing journey when he was 11 years old, and he's an incredible investor. To be honest, if you heard his investing case study and stuff like that, he's better than 95% of my adult investors. Like for real, all these guys think they can invest, but they need to
Wow.
learn from the 11-year-old boy. Like for real, seriously. I found a Warren Buffett in the making in Daksha, who I personally trained, right? For no joke, right? His analysis, his level of intellect in investing is crazy. But it all stemmed from this curiosity. He kept asking questions. He keeps asking questions, right? Like, when I was teaching him in the class, like all the adults were just, staring at me, blah, blah. And he's the one raising his hands, like, Resh, why this? Resh, why that? And I was like, oh, this guy is different. This guy is different. Right, so yeah, so it's interesting that you say that. Thank you, Switcher, for sharing that, because sometimes who we are as adults stems very very interestingly from how we grow up as children. I really believe that.
Yeah.
I really really believe
Yeah.
that. For real. Okay, so Switcher, so again, you've climbed some of the craziest mountains in the world, right? Like right now they know you. So what got you? Was it like so I'm a sportsman myself, and I guess after you start doing maybe one competition, you start getting addicted, and then you start wanting to do more and more. Was that the same for you?
Well, maybe let me show you some photos. Yeah.
Sure, please, please, please.
Let me. share. Yeah, and yeah, can you see the slides?
I can see a white screen. Yes.
Is the slides okay, Resh?
Yeah, yeah, I can see a white screen. Maybe you can. Yeah, there you go. I can see the slides. Yep. Yes.
Can you see the photo?
Yes, I can see the photo.
Yeah, that is the exact view.
Hmm.
And so this is Mount Everest itself, and this is view from Tibet, the base camp. So when I
Hmm.
went to Nepal to see Mount Everest, I was not a climber, so it was again that curiosity. I wanted to see what Mount Everest is like. I wanted to find out, what is Himalaya like, the amazing Himalaya, right? So I went and I saw, and if you like, that was the light bulb moment, right? And I came back, with the burning questions: Can I climb Mount Everest? That's how it started.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then we put together a team, and many years went by. So I have no idea when and how I was going to climb it, but I kept training, and I kept planning and preparing myself, and then came the first Singapore Everest team, and this is the team of Sherpas that we climbed with. So this is many years later, after that dream was born. And here are some photos of climbing Everest, and you're crossing some of the crevasses. Here we're talking about fear of height, and I can devote an entire lecture on how do you become, or how do you overcome your fear, right? So this is a natural learning uh, theater in the world, and that is in the mountain. So you have to climb some of these ladders, up and down. You have to cross some of these dangerous ice fields, and then higher up you have to use oxygen. And this is the summit day. The first attempt was not successful, and finally we 1 week later we went up for a second attempt, and finally we got there. Yeah. So for our fellow Singaporeans and those who know, the flag is actually the wrong way around. And so the little story is, when you don't have enough oxygen in your brain, that is what happens. Yeah. So I was responsible for the flag, and I took it out, and it looked perfect to me. Yeah. So that story is, if you like, the story of my life. And of course, sponsors are very important, because climbing Everest is a very expensive endeavor. Yeah. So I didn't stop there. After climbing first time, I continued to learn, and I became a mountain guide. So in 2006, I went back with a client. This is a CEO from Penang in Malaysia. So I took him up, and it was a very successful expedition. So his name is Dato Vincent Loh, the second person from the right. And again, I didn't stop there. I went back in 2011, climbed from Tibet, and this time I took my good friend from Thailand, and he became the first Thai to climb Everest from the Tibet side. So yeah, so that's a little
No,
story.
Switcher, can I pause you right here?
Yeah.
Talk about synchronicity. All right, talk about synchronicity. Let me just share something, right? So it's my heart's
Yep.
desire to climb a peak as well. Right, it's my heart's desire to climb a peak as well. And this lady, right, y'all, if you see this lady, she actually shared something. Let me just show you. This lady, do you see this lady? This comment?
Oops. Let me get back.
No, no,
Okay.
it's okay. So basically, this lady, she actually said, "We need to go, Rashwin Rajendran." And this lady happens to be my fiance, right? That's my fiance, who's actually half Thai.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll scale the mountain carrying Singapore, and Winnie's gonna scale it with the Thailand flag.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
See, we didn't plan this at all, but hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So please continue. Sorry for interrupting, but seriously, man, I needed to share that.
Yeah. So let me get back to the share screen mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Continue.
Can you see the slides?
Yeah, I can see. I can see. Yep.
Okay. So I think I need to say something about handling failure as well, because not every day is perfect. Just in case you think, every day I get to the top of the world, no, that is not true at all, right? There are many days when I'm down in the valley, and that's why I want to share this expedition, right, about handling setback. So after a few years of climbing Everest, I went to South Pole. It was a success, and then I embarked on the North Pole journey. And the North Pole journey was not successful at all. The first one, I got frostbite on four of my fingers. I had to abort the whole trip. I had to call for SOS. It was really, a desperate call. So in the end, I came back to Singapore, and nothing went right. And of course, I had sponsors, so I have to answer, what happened and all that. But through it all, I learned that actually I was one step closer to North Pole, right? Because something went wrong, the equipment, the strategy. So if only I was given a second chance, I knew I could get it, right? So with that notion, after a few months of like soul searching, I went back to the drawing board. I started from zero. I analyzed what went wrong and all that. So fast forward 1 year later, I went back to North Pole, and finally I got there. Yeah, so this is some of the photos on the way. So North Pole is really a dangerous place. It's floating ice. There's no land. It's not a continent. So it's very elusive. All this ice sheet that you see is actually floating. It's only like 3 feet thick. Yeah, it's a very hard journey, very risky. And North Pole, like some of the mountains I climb, is something that I will not go back to do it again. It is just so dangerous. And finally, I got there. So this is the, if you like, the sweet success. So North Pole in the end taught me a very important lesson about not giving up. Right. So in life, many a times you try, you put together a plan, you go and do it, but it didn't happen. What do? You just need to, analyze, come back, and and then relaunch, right? So don't give up so easily. That's what I'm trying to say to everybody. Yeah, find a way. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way. So another quick story about setbacks. So this is on the summit of Kanchenjunga. This is last year, but the world is India's highest peak. Very difficult mountain, is as difficult as K2, right, on par with the famous K2, the second highest in Pakistan. So after two failed attempts, after 2 years, again I was asking myself, should I go back? Should I just give up? And but I decided to go back, and because I knew how to do it the third time, and I found a strong team to go with. So yeah, those are the two stories I like to share about not giving up easily, and about handling setbacks.
Swisha, I want to share with you a story of mine, right? So, when I was a young boy, one of the most memorable trips my parents brought me to was to Nepal. Right, was to
Ah,
Nepal. And I was in Nepal when I was a really, really young boy, and I still remember I actually saw Mount Everest, right? And I saw Mount
wow,
Everest, and
young boy.
in fact, yeah, as a young boy, as a very young boy, I was primary school actually, and in fact, my it was so amazing because I was so blessed. Thank God for my parents. They actually got me on a helicopter, so we didn't climb. We went, so we got a helicopter, and we actually
Ah,
went by Mount Everest. So I actually saw the Himalayas, right, and the peaks from as a young boy, and I saw it, and I was fascinated. I saw it, and maybe I told myself, maybe one day I'll climb it,
there you go.
right? I read stories about Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing, and that's what I
Yeah.
studied growing up. And then now I'm speaking to you. This feels surreal, right? Because, I'm
Resh,
talking to a
Resh,
man.
you never know. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm talking to a man who has done it. I'm talking to a man who has done it. Oh man, that's see, one thing that I really believe in, my friends, is find people, right, who have been there and done that. Right, success leaves clues. Find people who have been there and done that, guys. For those of you all who are investors following me, find the people who have been there and done that. Learn, mentor. Learn everything you have to learn from them. Right, if they ask you to do something, follow. Right, so, if I'm going to be serious on this entire mountaineering trip, hey, I'm going to learn from the best. And Swisha, I want to thank you. All right. The reason why I want to thank you is because you paved the way for many, many young guys, for many young people, for many old people, young, old, men, women alike, to scale many, many peaks around the world. All right. So, as a young man, one of the guys who I actually let me just do a shout out real quick, right, for them, right. So one of the guys who I really really helped. Let me just share with you all, right. So I think I was 22, right, and have a look, right. I'm just gonna share my screen right now. Have a look at this. As a young man, I actually was really inspired by two of my friends, right? And they formed this thing called hardtoclimb.com, all right? And they want to be the first Singaporean endeavor to climb the seven highest volcanoes of the world. Right? Have you scaled the seven highest volcanoes already, Vijay?
Not seven, some of them. Can't remember which ones though.
Yeah, so they are Ashik and Ashok, right? So they are two absolutely amazing guys, and they've raised over $220,000 for charity to help people with disabilities, children with cancer, and visually handicapped. So when they were doing what they were doing, I was very, very, very inspired by them. I was like, man, these guys I want to support, right? So when I was just 22, 23, when they were scaling one of these mountains, one of these volcanoes, I went to gather my community, go and support them. Absolutely amazing. Young men who were inspired by, guess who? You. Right, they're inspired by you. So Sisha, you might not know this, but because of your inspiration, because you blazed the trail, people have raised millions of dollars. People have done things that they can never imagine. People have broken all their limiting beliefs. People have done things they can never imagine, Sisha. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing us that it can be done.
Well, we'd love to meet up with them and listen to their stories as well. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
fantastic.
Seriously, right? Like, I love, I sit down at the feet of Hui Swan and I listen to her stories. Hui Swan is, a friend of mine who, scaled Kilimanjaro, right? Completely inactive person, who has traveled with you and, who has scaled Kilimanjaro. I think when she was, what, 55 or something, 55 to 6. I can't remember, right? But, late 50s, and she started scaling mountains. And again, I think it was expedition led by you, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. So I have a
Right?
few photos. Let me
Please.
to you. Yeah, yeah. So this is where I left off. So yeah, talking about Kilimanjaro. So after climbing Everest and finished the Grand Slam, South Pole and North Pole. So I was looking for something different. So I found this mountain that I can easily share with people. Right, this is none other than Kilimanjaro, the highest in Africa, one of the seven summits, and it's in the most exotic location in East Africa and Tanzania, where you can go to Serengeti and all that. So and this is one of the photos I took when I was up there. Is the Milky Way. You can see it clearly on a clear day. So I think in 2016. So my good old friend Hui Swan, she brought all her friends together, and this is the biggest group that I had on Kilimanjaro, and in fact the biggest group in any mountain. So altogether 29 people plus me 30, and the amazing thing is we have 100 porters and cooks and guides all together. So it was an army of people on the march. Yeah. So of course, you can see there. This photo is very important, right? Singaporeans and we love good food. Yeah, very important. So this photo is a summit photo, and this is the biggest group I had on the summit. And now I just want to mention the special thing about Kilimanjaro. So because of the global warming, this glacier that you see, this was taken quite a few years back, is now like this. This was last year. So from
Hmm.
this to this, it's
Oh man.
incredible. Words cannot describe. And so I go there every year, and I see the glacier dying, if you like. Right? It's really really sad, and I wish I can do more to raise awareness for this. So this is a real example of global warming. Global warming is real. It's not hypothetical, right? Let me tell you, right? I go to places where I see the effect. Yeah. So
Future,
Kilimanjaro is one of them.
tell
Yeah.
us what should we do? What is one simple thing that people can do today to make sure these glaciers don't lose and don't just melt? What's one thing we can do?
I think let me say we cannot save the world, all right, but we there are many things that we can do within our control. For example, small things, plastic usage, right, that may not affect directly Kilimanjaro, but everything adds up, right? So in my household, in my family, I try to tell my kids and my wife, don't throw away plastic bag, reuse them, keep reusing them, right? And don't buy what do you call water bottle drinks. Just drink from tap water. So things like that. There are many things that we can do, all right, to help the planet, and we have to do this. Otherwise, we are leaving behind something that's very sad for our future generations. Yeah.
Okay, Fika, can you pause for a while, right? So, I just feel something stirring in my heart. Guys, if you know this is real, Switcher is telling you that it's real, right? And he's wanting to share this message and how real it is. Can you please do me a favor right now and share this video, right? I want you all to share this video. So this is on your profile, and you can tell people about this actual picture. Show them this picture, show them this. Guys, if you care about the world, and you want to make a difference, my friends, please share this video right now. I'm bringing you the best of the best guests. All I can ask of you to do to help me out, to help us out on this very, very noble thing is to just share this video. So if you are willing to share this video, type in shared, right? Type in shared. I think that's the best thing you can actually do for me, right? Right. So type in shared and share this video if you do care about the world. I just want to see who actually cares. Please do that, right? So share this video, and so we can let more people know, right? Hey man, one person, you never know, one person might see this video, be inspired, and start a movement to save this world from dying. I'm serious, right? Maybe that person is you. Maybe that person is a person who watched that video because you shared this video. So, guys, please share this video if you care about the world. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Bonsian. Right, really, really appreciate this. Right, so please share this video if you do care. Come on now, guys. Don't be heartless. Do it. Right, I really, really appreciate you for doing that. Right, thank you, Muskan. Thank you, Andy. Right, type in share if you've shared this video. Share this video, my friends. I'm telling you, do it now. Right? What do you have to lose? It costs you nothing. Do it. Thank you, Lucas. I really, really, truly appreciate this. All right. Thank you, Tracy. So, Shisha, so
Yeah.
tell us more. Tell us more, right? So
Yeah.
we
I
see the
just
we see the nation.
let me add a bit. Yeah, let me add a bit more about this Kilimanjaro glacier. So this is 2012, I believe, when I was there, and this next photo, this photo, it was last year. So 2012, 2019. So scientists predicted in 2030, 2030, there will absolutely be no more ice on Kilimanjaro. That's how scary it is if you think about it.
Mm,
2030 is not very far away. We are
mm,
well, if God willing, we're gonna live to see it, right? So what can I say? It's amazing. It's more than what words can describe, right? It's very scary. Kilimanjaro, the iconic mountain, one of the most beautiful and most famous mountain in the world, right? The snows of Kilimanjaro, as you know, right? There will be no more in 2030. Yeah, just ponder about that for a while. Yeah. Now let me continue my story. So this guy. I took him there last year as well. Yeah. So this is Moses Tan. He's 70 years old, or he was 70. He's now 71. So my message to all of you, I'm sure not everyone here is 70. So if Moses can do it at 70, all of you have no excuses. Right, Resh?
Absolutely no excuses at all. Absolutely zero excuses. Right? I'm telling you, man, absolutely no excuses. And guys, what he's sharing is so true, right? With regards to 2030, right? It's I think recently it was in the news, right? Like they put this huge signboard, I think in Times Square, right? I don't know if you know this, Future, and they have
Yeah.
this countdown timer, right? And we were just talking about this in Extreme Wealth Summit, saying that hey, if we don't do something about this, the world is gonna be crazy. The world, massive. Oh man, 2030, guys, is not very far away. It's the next decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So tell us more about the people they've inspired, right? I'm sure there's so many.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
on the trips that I lead to Kilimanjaro, of course, we all love a certificate. That's what you get when you summit Kilimanjaro. A nice, now it's a color certificate. Yeah. And this is my crew. This is my Tanzanian crew. And again, I can spend a long time talking about them. These are lovely people, very warm-hearted. They will sing and dance for you every morning, and very happy, go lucky people and very nice people that I. So again, just a quick story. So it took me many years to form this team. Right. So putting together an effective team takes time, takes effort. But if your heart is at it, and if you connect with people well, people will respond, and people will come onto your team. Yeah. Now let me switch gear now. So 2 years ago, I was thinking, well, if I mean, there'll come a day when I cannot climb anymore, right? So what shall I do? So I started teaching rock climbing in Singapore. Right, that's just 2 years ago, and then lo and behold, if you look at this year, the time has really come when I cannot travel, right, because of COVID. And and now because of what I did 2 years ago, I got myself certified as an instructor, and upgraded my skill and so forth. So now this is what I do almost 100% of my time in Singapore. I teach rock climbing and abseiling, and it's such a wonderful again opportunity to connect with people, to see people learning skills. And here you see James, Heng To, Jeffrey, Leanne, a few other good friends. They just finished their so-called level two, right? So yeah, connecting with people from all walks of life,
Mm.
and if some of them are more advanced in skills, they're more ready. I take them out to dairy farm, to the real rock climbing, right? To taste what is the real rock like. And also, I show this photo because it is a husband and wife. This is a lady, and she's a very small size. She's not very strong, not much muscle, but she climbs well, right? So you don't really need a lot of muscles. It's just movement, right? A bit of like yoga, and knowing, have a good sense of your body balance to climb rock. And sometimes we have a big group out there. Yeah. So this is my last slide for tonight. I just want to give you something to take away. So I think we need to embrace change. Change is happening all around, and maybe it's happening quicker this year, right? There are a lot of uncertainties and so forth, but embrace change. There's always opportunity in a chaotic situation. And then lifelong learning is so central to what I do as well, right? So I learn how to climb mountains, I learn how to be an instructor, I learn how to ski, to go to the North Pole and so forth. Never stop learning. Yeah. And I think lastly, it's very important to enjoy the journey and to learn to live within the moment. And that's what makes life interesting. And and also in difficult time makes it bearable, right? I think that's very
Mm.
important. So just three short words for you. There you
Fantastic,
go, man.
guys. Wow, guys, if you all have felt inspired, can you please smash the love button, right? Let the love buttons flow. Click on the love button. Let the love buttons flow, right? Smash some loves and type it inspired in the comment section. Let me see how many of you all were inspired by these absolutely amazing, timeless lessons, which you can, which you should be applying in all areas of your life, right? You know, and guys, one more thing, right? Besides that, I want to ask you a question, my friends, right? How many of you would love to go on these lessons for my friends in Singapore, unfortunately, not all over the world, but in Singapore, right? How many of y'all would love to join me and Swee Chiow, to climb rocks, at least for now, right? Rock climbing, all of that, right? Type in me, right? Type in me. How many of y'all would love that? Hey, I might do something special if you type in me, right? Hey, man. Guys, type in me if you would love to climb mountains, rock climbing, all of that. Type in me. And Switcher, I want to share something. I have this huge group of people who follow me. Parents who have children as well, right? And very soon the school holidays are going to begin, right? Would you be cool if maybe I organize some trips together, the parents and the children, and together with me to come and see you? Can I? Can I?
Sure. I have so many families. They learn to rock climb together. It's amazing experience.
Bro, I'm going to give you so much business, you cannot take it, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the comment section flowing, right? Me, 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 me. Oh man, it's going crazy, right? So so that's what I'm going to do, guys. School holidays coming up. Get connected. I'm gonna probably bring Little Investors Club, all the kids to climb, and I think they'll learn some absolutely amazing lessons, especially from
Yeah.
champions like us. Absolutely, right? So, Suchao, let's do it together. All right, I want to bring them so they learn. See, guys, I want to share with you something as a teacher. I was just talking to Suchao that I believe that some of the best lessons in the world come from nature, right? I believe in a classroom beyond the four walls. That's what I believe. As a teacher, I believe in a classroom beyond the four walls. And Switch Out teaches his guys in some of the most beautiful places in the world,
Yeah.
right? So guys, the photographs that Shisha shows, a lot of the photos he took himself, right? He's an absolutely amazing photographer as well. Y'all must check out his photos, man. Absolutely amazing, right? So, I just want to share that, hey, my heart's desire is to teach in nature, right? Teach about life, about spirituality, about, living in nature. Shisha, tell us about that. What are some of the greatest life lessons you've learned from creation?
I think I think the one moment which I didn't share earlier on, when I stood at South Pole and as well as North Pole, when you're standing at those places, especially Antarctica and Arctic, you realize that there is nothing standing. Right, you are the only one that stick out like a sore thumb, if you like. And then the amazing feeling is you are really small, and it's as if God is teaching me a lesson of humility. It is there's a deep connection between human and what the Creator has created, and you just got to get yourself out there to experience it. Like you said, no classroom theory can teach you that. You have to be there yourself to experience it, to listen to the wind, to the howling wind, or sometimes that absolutely still, no wind, you can hear your heartbeat. Yeah. So those moments are magical, and you cannot teach that in classroom. No way. So yeah. So even as I journey in life, I realize that it's become my mission to bring people out, to just let them experience what God has created, and that is good enough, because the rest, God will do His job. I just have to bring them there. Yeah. And I don't have to talk much. So
Didn't have
it's amazing.
to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, it's such a precious thing, mama mia. Oh man, I'm so excited, Sucha. You have no idea. Like, I feel. So this is what my heart is telling me, right? Like, um, uh, Sucha, I think as an adventurer, I'm sure, I don't know, okay, but I'm assuming. Tell me whether I'm right or not. Because I love traveling myself, right? So, um,
Yeah,
there's some parts of me, yearns to leave the country, right? Like, hey, oh, I want to travel and I want to leave the country and like,
all of us
man,
do now.
right? Guys, how many of y'all feel that way, right? Type in ME with the capital ME. How many of y'all feel like, yo, I'm a bird and I need to fly? Come on, how many of y'all feel that way? You feel that way, type in me. I want to know if I'm not alone, right? Like type in ME with the capital ME, right? Let me see that. So, oh man, so I feel that way, but you know, something is telling me, right? Something is telling me, like, um, to stay at home and get prepared,
Yep.
right? To stay at home and be prepared. Stay at home, be prepared. That's just something in my spirit that is stirring up, right? And sometimes, like you mentioned, right? In preparation for some of the greatest mountains, we can start with a rock climb in an
Yeah,
actual rock in
definitely,
Singapore.
definitely.
And that's what you can
Yeah,
start with.
it's a basic skill to survival skill out there, rock climbing skill. Yeah,
Mm. And it's also a lesson for my investors as well, with regards to go back to the fundamentals,
yeah.
right? Go back to the basics. Stay home. Stay at the basics. Master the fundamentals, right? A lot of us are very, very quick to jump to huge things and like, oh, let me do this, let me do that. But they don't even have the fundamentals in check, right? How about you start with the staircase?
Rash, to add to that, one of the
Mm.
funny things is I always say to people, if you want to climb Mount Everest, and if you have not climbed Bukit Timah, then you better start with Bukit Timah. Yep.
Absolutely, 100%. See, I've seen how Huiswan, I've seen how James, they post every single day. My 50-year-old auntie Huiswan is climbing, 150 stories, 200 stories, and she started this group called Mountain Challenge. Inspired by me, and I see how she's inspired, people to climb staircase. Hey, you can start with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
That's what you start with. You want to climb Mount Everest. How about you start with your HDB block?
Sounds good.
Right. I think that's the basics, right, Nasicha?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely right.
Hey, so, Sisha, I have one more burning question and desire to ask you, right? Man, you've climbed the seven peaks, right? You've done what no man, not no man, you've the fourth man. You've done the most amazing things. Like, after you've done all of that, you've climbed and scaled Mount Everest. What keeps you going? Like, once you've done all these things, you've achieved all that a mountaineer dreams to achieve. What is next?
I go back to that one word that I mentioned earlier, curiosity. Right? It's I think it's the spirit in me. That's how I was born. If I'm to sit still at home, I'll die of boredom. So I have to be engaged, both at the mind level as well as the physical body level, and that's what keeps me going. So I'm sure many people can identify with me. If you are a runner, if you run regularly, and if you skip one day, you're gonna feel so restless, right? Um, so yeah, that's what keeps me going. It's the instinctive of yearning, of wanting to learn more, wanting to know more, wanting to grow. If I may use that word, yeah, that keeps me going. It to me, it's I would use the word, it's natural. Yeah. So I have to continue to feed my mind, keep it active, to continue to keep my body in shape so I can be ready when, like you said, when the border opens up. Yeah. So to me, it's natural. And yet, of course, there are days when I'm tired. There are days when I don't feel like I'm going to skip one day. But thank God, not many days are like that. Yeah. So so yeah, I mean, there are days that you're going to be down in the valley. Not every day you're going to be standing on top of Mount Everest. No way, right? But when you're down in the valley, that's when you need to be encouraged by people around you. You need to think about reasons why you want to push on, and you don't want to be in the valley forever. That's not a good way to live. Yeah. And so yeah, we need to find all kinds of help, assistance, if I may use the word. And that's why people around us is very important as well, right? To keep in touch with people that have so-called the positive energy, the motivation, to keep you going. Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So true. This is such a, I think it's such a timely message for people who are going through the valley, right? Guys, I have a sensing that, some of you all are going through
Yeah.
the pits, the valleys, but hey, that's not where you're meant to be. All right. And hey, it starts
Yeah.
with how do you scale a mountain? Let me share with you. How do you scale a mountain? Starts with one step at a time. You gotta put one foot forward and the next foot forward, and you gotta keep going. That's ultimately what it is, right? Like, hey, Sucha, I train in the gym, and there's one philosophy that I have. The one simple philosophy that I have is one more rep,
Yeah.
right? It's about taking that one more
Precisely.
rep, it's
Yep.
about taking that one more step. It's one foot after the next foot, after the next foot, and guess what? You look back and then you realize that I'm at the top of the mountain, right?
Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love it. One more rep, my friends. One more rep, guys. If you resonate there, type in one more rep, right? And hey, yes, absolutely, right? All of y'all have Everest in your life, right? But have faith. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move your mountains. And I'm telling you, right? Have faith that you can do it. You're never too young. You're never too old. If you just have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move the mountains. There's it's very very interesting, right? Suchao, I'm listening to a lot of songs uh, talking about mountains, right? I love mountains and listen to a lot of songs dealing with mountains. And one of my favorite songs is "Give Me That Mountain," right? Give me
Mm-hmm.
that mountain. Oh, I love it. I love it. So it's a so many analogies with mountains, and bro, I'm so thankful I'm speaking to you because I'm talking to the guy who scaled all the mountains, and man, dude, I need to hang around you. I need to become your best friend. Right. So, anyway, Suchao, thank you so much for sharing. I really, really, truly, truly appreciate you. And just know that I'm training right now. I'm training. I'm getting prepared. I'm getting my body prepared. I've got an ice bath at home, which I do every week right now, right, to get my body used to ice cold temperatures. Right. I'm doing that.
Nice.
I'm getting just in 2 days time. Um, Singapore's first Wim Hof certified instructor is coming to my home to train me, right, on breathing, on making sure I can
Yep.
regulate my body temperature. So I'm
Yep.
preparing my body.
Fantastic.
I'm
Very
preparing my
good.
body so I can scale the greatest heights and keep up with you. All right. I wanna
And
be able to keep up. Right. Very, very important. So, anyways, Switchout, thank you so much for sharing. Guys, if y'all have loved Switchout session, can all of y'all type in thank you, Switchout, send him some love, smash some love buttons, tell him thank you, send him some love. All right, send him some love. Thank you. Type in thank you, Swee Chow. Swee Chow, thank you so much. I have learned so much. I have felt inspired. Something in my spirit has been stirred. And I'm sure many people who are listening have been stirred to climb the mountains of their life, whether it be climb physical mountains or whether it be to climb for real, the mountains that they may be facing right now. I don't know what mountain it is that you're facing, right? But I'm telling you guys, one more rep and that mountain will be scaled. Come on now. Right, let's scale that. One more rep. Right, and I hope you guys are inspired by me and Suichel, our sharing our stories, and hopefully, not hopefully, surely you will scale this mountain. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Right?
yeah.
So, hey, all the love coming through. right? All the love coming through. Have a look at this. Thank you so much, Swee Chiow. So much of the love coming through, right? Michael Chong, Anna, so much of the love. Absolutely amazing. Swee Chiow, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I really, really
Oh
hope
yeah,
you enjoyed it.
yeah. That's it. Thank
And
you. Thank you for
you are
the
adding so much value.
okay. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much, Swee Chiow. So let me